Navigating the system. We've already got a flavor for what it looks like to navigate through the messaging section of the system, and we've seen the navigation toolbar on the left pane, but let's take a little closer look at it. We already browsed through the options to look at emails, the welcome page, action plans, events, challenges, health records, and rewards, so let's dig into these all a little bit deeper. I'll start by reviewing the assessments and the action plan sections. As we saw just a moment ago, I navigated to the assessments through the welcome page before. You notice that previously it told me to do it now, and now that I've completed the assessment, it tells me I can view my report here. However, if I wanted to navigate through the left window pane, and again recognize that these configuration options are available based on what your requirements are, you see I could actually start a new assessment or continue an unlocked assessment through here. And that basically means that if I've started an assessment that hadn't previously finished it, I can go in and finish it at this point in time. Over the years, if I've got several assessments that have been created, I'll be able to review all of those assessments via this Review Locked section. One of the nice things that you couldn't see on the single assessment I showed you a moment ago is that when you've got more than 1 year's worth of data, it will line up year to year, a comparison up to 3 years in a row per assessment when you view the assessment itself. You can see that you can see it online, or you can also view a user PDF format that can be printed easily. The next section we'll talk about is action plans. These are integral to the learning process in either the coaching or a self-directed type of a program format. You'll see that the configuration options that I've got available are based on a user being able to assign their own action plans, but typically when you work with a coach, the coach will be the person that works with the client to assign it, so these buttons may not be available for them to view. The idea behind an action plan is that a program format is provided with some content and a location for a coach to enter in program notes for the client, such that they can go through a topic as they're doing their coaching together. Right now, there's several topics that are available in the Live Well for Life program. The topics are nutrition, physical activity, stress management, weight management, preventing diabetes, heart health, and smoking cessation. You'll see if I click on the Continue Active Action Plan that this member has been assigned to the weight management program. If I click on the weight management program, we'll see that he's already completed a series of steps in the action plan, which was an initial assessment and a video tutorial that was available online for him, and he's also completed his first coaching session. So in this case, the user is meeting with a coach on a regular basis. The intervals between the steps are typically 2 to 3 weeks. However, again, these are configurable based on your program requirements. When a coach meets with a client, they can add contact notes to the action plan, and when this is done, typically in the background, an email is sent to that user, such as to identify that there are new contact notes available for them. So in this case, if we'd like to see what notes the coach left for them the first time that they had met, we can click on Coach Session 1, and we see that, Bob, great work increasing your fruits and vegetables since our last meeting. The goal for this week is to increase your exercise from 20 to 30 minutes, 3 to 4 times per week. The action plan is designed to be easy to navigate through, and when a step is released, which means the date becomes available to do it, that person can go online and complete their step. Now, for the sake of this product demo, I've made it available that I can click on any step during the action plan. So if you wanted to get an idea of what one of these looked like, you'll see that an action plan step typically is content that's provided, which is provided by Sutter Health Partners, and they read through the content. It's based on the topic that they picked, so this time again it's weight management was the topic the person's in. And after they go through the content, they're asked a series of questions. The first, by adding regular activity and exercise and improving eating habits, I'll have a much better chance of losing weight. That one's true. We continue. And you can see that they got it correct. If someone gets it incorrect, it's better to start adding activity with an easy activity than not to start at all. If we said false to that, you'll see that it gives us a suggestion that it's better to start adding activity with an easy activity that you enjoy. The verbiage that you'll find in here is more of a coaching tone than it is a prescriptive type of a tone. It allows you to continue and move forward. You continue with the questions. Typically there's 2 to 3 per action step. And if you're managing incentives with the program, these action steps in answering the questions can be a trigger which gives somebody points for completing their program. So I have to go to the gym every day to make a difference. False. Continue. And you'll see after I finish that final questionnaire, it lets me know that I have completed this step. Now in this particular program format, we see that there's some steps have points available with them and some steps don't. Sometimes when someone's going through a coach-directed action plan, they'll get credits for going through the coach session and meeting with the coach. However, the online information is just supplementary. That's the case in this. As you can see, that's worth 0 points. It can be configured however you'd like the program to be. There's also an opportunity within the application to track your progress. So we can see that there are trackers integrated with the program. And in this case, the trackers are looking at how much someone weighs throughout the program. Over time, this will create a graph that they can view and see their own progresses online. There's a couple other things that I'd like to mention with respect to the action plans. We've been looking at a coach-directed action plan here. If you were to envision this same action plan less the coach sessions built in, that would be what a self-directed action plan would look like. Basically, you wouldn't need to meet with a coach during this time. However, your points and your credits would be driven by whether or not you went online and did those activities available for you. The other element I wanted to touch on at this point is that there is a messaging system designed within the program. I mentioned that when a coach puts in their notes that would send a notification out to the person. You can see that when the health risk assessment is completed, that actually sends a notification to the person as well. The format that it's provided is basically an email that goes out that lets the person know that there is a message available on the secure email messaging system. Right now we're viewing the secure email messaging system. This way no private data gets sent out to a public email account. You can see the first notification that was available was that the action plan was ready to be used, and that was assigned earlier today on April 10th. And the second one that went out was to review your assessment results. This was when the health risk assessment was completed.